Our agenda uses the phrase spotlight speaker to indicate that we are in the presence of someone who literally throws a light on a difficult and hidden subject. Our next spotlight speaker, who will showcase agency in action, is also a CEO, one who figuratively and literally brings light. And if you remember, I had used the word millennials that we had spoken of. Well, I hope I'm not giving away any secrets, but our next speaker will be all of 43 when we deliver on the SDGs and gender equality. Co-founder and CEO of the Baksh Foundation and director of Baksh Energy, Fiza Farhan's vision and business savvy brings renewable energy to villages using a sustainable and empowering business model that literally lights up communities and people's lives. Fiza embodies social entrepreneurship, and she says, "My long-term goal is to create major change in this society." Her objectives are financial, social, and environmental impacts that benefit everyone and will change her country. So we're really excited to welcome Fiza Farhan.
Thank you very much for that very kind introduction. Good evening, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. While you've heard my formal introduction, I would like to share that under the cover of these designations, I'm simply a young woman. A young woman who is determined to unleash her full potential and overcome all social, economic, and cultural barriers towards the professional success that she deserves, towards the inspiration and motivation that she can create in the lives of young girls and women in Pakistan and globally, and to fulfill their passion and pursue the life of their dreams, and eventually towards the global movement for enabling the governments, the private sector, civil society, and the academia to acknowledge and implement the business case for advancing gender equality. I'm honored to be here for the WEPs and to be working with the Secretary General and the UN Women as well. As a young woman leading businesses in rather male-dominated sectors of Pakistan, including renewable energy and financial inclusion, eliminating all socio-economic barriers, I believe that I'm a true and complete personification and ambassador of the woman empowerment principles and the global fact that there is a business case for gender equality. You've already heard global evidence from McKinsey and others in earlier presentations. Now that the business case for gender equality has been established, we must also identify the global opportunities that will advance the empowerment of women and girls to achieve the full potential of the $28 trillion of additional annual GDP in 2025. And this is only going to be happening by bridging the gender gap. As identified by the WEPs, huge and largely untapped opportunity lies within the world's business sector, including the global conglomerates, multinational companies, and other private sector businesses to understand the gender profitability landscape and include women empowerment initiatives within their innate corporate philosophies. We have many global examples of companies, like the ones who today received the WEP CEO's Leadership Awards, that have taken the lead with the global gender agenda. But there is a long way to go. In Pakistan alone, if the top 5 multinational companies undertake the commitment to embed the WEP principles in their core philosophy and establish high-level corporate leadership with gender equality, promoting the economic growth of women, there can be a cumulative 47% increase in the return on sales and a 53% increase in the return on equity. Just imagine, this is just 4 multinational companies in Pakistan. The second most significant opportunity is for the political will to galvanize and influence the governments to include the women empowerment principles within the regulatory framework and execute federal bills to incentivize the business and corporate community towards active adoption of the immediate strategies and actions leading towards the overall goal of advancing and empowering our women. On a personal level, I'm already in discussion with the Chief Minister Punjab from Pakistan, Honorable Shehbaz Sharif, to take precedence towards the establishment of a Women Empowerment Council within the provincial and federal constitution, leading towards the passing of a national bill on the theme of Equality Means Business. This will further support the protection of Women Against Violence Act 2015, which was recently passed in Pakistan as the most historic bill protecting women's rights against domestic violence, with the help of immediate support by the legislation through helplines, GPS trackers, and shelters. From the leadership of the French government hosting the Climate Change Women Take the Lead event in October 2015, that recognized women as key actors in the fight against climate change, to the realization of the UN Secretary General's commitment towards gender equality and justice for all, with the establishment of the first ever high-level panel on women economic empowerment, of which I'm honored to be a member. These mandates, together with the outcomes of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, make the future of this world seem brighter. But for me, real change comes from within. Real change comes from each one of us in our own individual capacities. Finally, I will outline 3 simple calls for action for the key stakeholders in this room. To the governments, take tangible regulatory and legislative actions to remove barriers from women's economic empowerment across the diverse sectors of the economy. Create an enabling environment for inclusive economic growth, supporting women's entrepreneurship, incorporating the WEPs throughout public policies. We already have the framework with us. We just need to actively achieve it through action. To the business leaders around the world, demonstrate your personal commitment to gender equality, just like these wonderful exemplary CEOs sitting right here, and women's empowerment by signing the CEO Statement of Support for the WEPs today, and implement these strategies and policies that foster women's economic empowerment for both your internal and external clientele. Lastly, but most importantly, with my own passion and belief that real change comes from inside, it is always an inside-out approach. My last and most important message will be to the woman in this room and to the woman everywhere in this world. To believe in the strength that resides within you. Believe in the woman who can face this world with a head held high and a heart that carries the universe. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fiza. Agency and action perfectly describe your brand of millennial activism aimed to meet the multiple challenges of the 2030 Agenda.